Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sisterhood of Salem Member Spotlight Series. My name is Jennifer Carey. I'm the host, and today is episode number 8. And we have a wonderful member who I'm really excited to learn more from and learn more about, and that is Stacy Kilb. Stacy Kilb is an energy coach right here in the city of Salem. She works in the City of Salem Sustainability and Resiliency Department. So today we're going to get a chance to hear more about how she came to this position and learn more about ways in which she helps us save energy, save money, and the environment. So all good things. So welcome, Stacy. Thank you for being here.
Thanks. I appreciate you having me. It's definitely my pleasure, and I hope people get a lot of benefit out of this.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Well, let's start. I would love to hear how you discovered this gift and your position at the City of Salem.
Yeah, my route here was pretty circuitous. It started way back in 1997 at a restaurant while I was studying abroad, looking at little tiny butter packets and thinking, we throw these away. That seems pretty innocuous, but
Yeah.
probably millions are getting discarded every day around the world, and thinking about solid waste and what happened to it. And from there, deciding I wanted to do something environmental, but not feeling like I could make a living out of it.
Mm.
So I majored in Spanish in college and then got a master's of education, only to discover that classroom teaching really wasn't for me.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, it's very, very tough. Even if you got the content knowledge, the classroom management can be difficult.
Yes.
Um, so from there, I kind of pivoted and I became a park interpreter for the DCR, the Department of Conservation and Recreation, which is state parks. And interpreter doesn't necessarily mean interpreting languages. It's more about interpretation of the cultural, natural, and historical resources and interpreting them for visitors and connecting visitors to those resources. So I really kind of hit my stride there. And I loved it very much, but I needed something full time.
Mhm.
So I became the Asian longhorn beetle outreach coordinator for the Mass Department of Agriculture. I know it's a mouthful. I occasionally dressed up like a giant beetle in order to get the point across that this is what you need to look for in order to eradicate this very, very dangerous invasive species, dangerous for our environment and
Okay.
our economy. And then, like many women do, unfortunately, because it's just the way it works in our culture, I took a couple of years off when I had a kid,
Hmm.
and obviously, I don't regret that. I was very fortunate to be able to do that, and have, coming from a place of privilege, it really is a lot of luck involved there to be able to do that. And when I was ready to go back, I kind of started looking around again, went back to the DCR for a bit. But then in 2020, a part-time position with the city of Salem came up as Green Communities Coordinator. So I basically was managing this grant that we get annually as a green community. Um, and I sort of parlayed that into a full-time position when Mayor Driscoll at the time decided she wanted to make the Sustainability and Resiliency Department. And
Hmm.
so I was told, well, it's you have to interview, but probably yours. So I got to write my own job description and
Oh, that's great.
apply for full time. And I was accepted into this position full time. And I've been doing energy coach and sustainability engagement ever since.
That's great. So how many years has that been then?
It's almost 5 years now. It'll be 5 years full time in August.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. I love how you can remember the moment you were inspired, in
Mm.
Portugal with those. It's so true. Where do those butter packets go? And that's just the small country of Portugal,
Hmm.
right? And everybody
Yeah.
uses those butter packets. We see those butter packets. I
Yep.
love how you were inspired. And I know I told you briefly, I too had a stop at being an elementary school teacher and knew immediately, like, what am I doing? Um, Grateful for the experience, but definitely had a quick stop and went back to grad school. Um, So, and I totally appreciate and respect, and heard your gratitude for being able to take some time off to be at home, which is the most difficult job out there, 24/7, and then you were able to get back into what you feel so passionate about. So that's great, and I love that you dress up. It sounds like that's part of it. You dress up to get your message
Yes.
across.
Yes. So I traded the ALB costume for a heat pump costume. So I will on occasion wear that at events, and sometimes I plan fun little things like there's Drive Electric Earth Month, which is obviously April, and I
Mm-hmm.
have my Salem Kicks Gas EV Expo coming on Sunday the 12th,
Okay.
1 to 4 p.m. at the high school. But I also, for the past couple of years, have sort of loosely arranged kind of on my own time because the theme of the parade may not be relevant, but like a little sustainability segment in the Haunted Happenings Parade that first Thursday in October. So in
Oh,
2024, I wore
cool.
my heat pump costume there.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
we'll
lot of
have,
fun.
yeah, we'll have to look for that. We did the Sisterhood of Salem had a little crew marching
Mm.
in the haunted happenings parade, and it was so much fun. It was such great energy,
It
another
is
form of energy, and so we are definitely planning on doing it again. So I'll have to look for your energy pump or heat.
the
What is
heat
it?
pump,
Heat
heat
pump
pump.
costume.
Yes. And if I'm talking about that and you're all going, what is she talking about? Scratching your head. Um, Sometimes they're called mini splits too. There's an outdoor
Oh
condenser
yes.
and indoor head on the wall for a ductless system, but they do make ducted systems too. So if you already have ducts, sometimes they can reuse them. So it's a good thing to consider, like when your boiler or furnace is kind of on its way out, or you know it's older and you're probably going to have to replace it in the next 5 to 10 years for your home or your business. It's always a good idea to kind of plan for the end of life of all of your appliances and know what you want so you can and maybe get a few quotes. So all they have to do is update the quote, but you have a system design in mind, before you wind up with your heating system dying in February because that's always what happens and kind of being up a creek without a paddle. So,
Yes, yeah. So having done the research and learned like what could work, how it could work.
yeah.
Okay, so I know exactly what you're talking about when you said they're like the mini splits, and they're
Mhm.
usually up on the wall, right? They're usually
They are. Usually they're up on the wall, but you can also get floor mounted systems. You can also get like like micro ducts and little cassettes that you put in your ceiling with some limitations. And basically the neat thing about them is they work for both heating and cooling.
mm-hmm.
So if you haven't had air conditioning before, it will net you air conditioning in the summer. And yeah, people are like, oh, heat pumps, they don't work when it's really cold out. Most of them are rated at, they can go full capacity down to like 5 degrees. And then after that, it's just they become a little bit less efficient.
Mm-hmm.
But they do work in our cold climate. I subscribe to Laminar Collective's newsletter and Substack, and they follow up with people who have them and talk about how they work in all weather and just general
They
geek
do.
stuff for people like me who are into that. So if anybody wants to talk about heat pumps or HVAC systems or other things they can do to electrify at their home or their business, I'm more than happy to talk about that. So,
That's great. You're the person to go to, which
mhm.
is a great segue in how do you describe like your ideal like the ideal person to come to you?
Mm,
So someone who's curious, it sounds like, and wants to
yes.
understand it. Mm.
Yes. So people kind of come with different interests. A lot of the people that I get are income eligible people who really, really need to save
Mm.
money on their bills. So I can
Mm.
kind of walk them through how to do that with National Grid, how to do that with Salem Power Choice, which is our municipal aggregation program, things like that. But on the flip side, I also get people that are really excited. They're like, listen, we know it's going to be kind of expensive, but we also know that there's a lot of rebates and incentives out there. And we would like to decarbonize or electrify our house. Basically, we want to lower our carbon dioxide emissions so that the planet can be greener, and we do that by changing things over from fossil fuel systems, whether it's gas or oil or whatnot, to electric, like heat pumps and induction stoves and electric vehicles, solar panels if you can swing it. There's also something called community solar if, let's say, you own a condo and you can't put things on the roof, or you rent, or you have too much shade. Community solar can get you your power from solar at a, it essentially works out to paying less on your bill.
Mhm.
It's not exactly a discount because the company pays credits onto your bill, and the goal is for those credits to be more than your bill, and then you pay the solar generator. So there's lots and lots of things that people can do. So I love it, especially when people call me and I can kind of walk them through it step to step and be like, oh, well, Mass Save has this decarbonization consultation that will tell you all the things that you can do, or I can email you a list of resources that you can kind of check out at your leisure, and, things to look for, things to ask your contractors, stuff like that.
What a great resource. So whether it's someone looking to save on their bills, or it's someone who really wants to be more green conscious and change their what they're using, the fuels that they're using in their home so that they can be more green and sustainable. That's beautiful. All right. Where can people find you? So now that we know all the resources that you know and all the knowledge you know, what's the best way people can contact you?
Couple different ways. Email is great, just skilb, skilb at salem.com, is a good one. My work cell phone is 978-333-0971. And then also I can be reached. I work at 98 Washington Street on the second floor. So that's the City Hall Annex. And I'm here during annex hours. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 to 4, Thursday, 8 to 7, and Fridays, 8 to noon typically. So if people swing by, they can ring the bell at engineering and someone will come get me. And yeah, if you shoot me an email and I reply back, there's also a link at the bottom where you can directly schedule yourself on my calendar for a half-hour phone call, or Teams meeting. So
That's
yeah,
great. That's
all
very
those ways.
generous. You have a lot of availability and generous ways for people to contact you, and I'll make sure that's written in the caption section of this as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Stacy. It was really wonderful to get to know you and all the knowledge and resources that you have. And we're fortunate to have you as our energy coach here in Salem.
Well, thank you, Jennifer. I really appreciate it. So it was my pleasure to talk with you, and hopefully your members have found this beneficial. And if they want to learn more about anything, they know where to find me now.
Definitely. And you mentioned there's something April 12th at the Salem High School.
Yes, it's Salem Kicks Gas. It's a, yeah, I
That's
know
clever.
I, truth be told, I stole the name from another event. I was like, ooh, that is awesome. And I emailed the organizers, like, can I steal your name? And it was in a different state.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, sure, because it's part of National Drive Electric Earth Month. So when you go
Oh,
on that
nice.
website and you look up events, events will come up all over the country, and you can
Hmm.
narrow it down by zip code. And that's where my event comes up. And I'm happy to send anyone the link to it. So come. We have all different electric vehicles. The bread and butter of the event is private EV owners who come and they just showcase their vehicles. So you can talk to the people that drive these vehicles every day, that really love them, are really passionate about them. But they'll also give you the nitty gritty of the reality of owning an EV, and maybe what some of the limitations or things that they might change would be. But we also have a couple of dealerships coming with vehicles you can test drive,
Wow.
including Tesla, I believe, is going to try to bring a Cybertruck. So whether you like them or hate them, they make a statement. And they are a ton of fun just to take out for a spin and check out the self-driving feature, even if you would never ever buy one. And yeah, there's vendors there. I've got Kim Gregory Pure Pastries selling sweet treats, and Arelis from Bacon Bites selling more savory things, and lunch. I have a little Keurig with free beverages for everybody, and you can spin the wheel and I'll ask you a question and you can get a ticket if you answer the question to be put into a raffle for a bunch of prizes. So yeah, it's a lot of fun for everyone. I do
Yeah.
have a rain date of May 17th this year because April can get kind of dicey.
Yes.
But yeah, I would love to get a couple hundred people showing up. I'm also very, very much still looking for volunteers to help out at this event, particularly the opening shift. The event is 1 to 4, but I need people from like 11 a.m. on.
Hmm.
So please, this is my plea, reach out if you
Oh,
are able to volunteer on Sunday, the 12th.
okay. Sunday, April 12th, right at the Salem High School. It sounds like so much fun and a
It
lot to
is.
learn about
Mm-hmm.
electric vehicles. And I will make sure that this gets out as soon as possible. I'll do what we can so that there's enough time for people to plan for it because that's a lot of fun. And for
It
anyone who's
is.
curious, it seems
Mm-hmm.
like a great opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. Some of the vehicles you can either ride along with the owners or the dealers or test drive them, and the other ones they'll usually let you like sit in it so you can see what it feels like. And of course, there's no pressure from anybody about anything. It's just people who are passionate about this. So
Yeah.
it saves you having to go to a dealer and well, and
Yep. Deal with that
yeah,
pressure. Good
yeah.
word for it. Pressure. Oh, well, thank you so much, Stacy. I hope you get volunteers for that and a lot of people go and learn from that. Again, a fabulous resource that if people don't know about it, they don't know about it. So we'll try to get it out there for
Yeah.
sure. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All
And
right.
thank you, everybody who listened. Please make sure that you get all of Stacy's information. Make sure that you subscribe and like and do all the things for the Sisterhood of Salem YouTube page. And if you are interested in also being interviewed, please fill out the form and we look forward to spotlighting your gifts as well. All right, take care, everybody. Thank you.